Well, good morning folks, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I've come out this morning because, as you can see behind me, it's a gorgeous day. In fact, typical of landscape photographers, it's probably too bright, not enough clouds, but I wanted to get out because we've had a lot of rain. So I've come down to a well-known location, but I'm going to head somewhere which is a little bit more off the track a bit. So if I flick you around, you'll see that I have come down to Loch Achtriachten, and obviously the famous little white cottage here, Achlenbeach, which is there. But I'm not gonna, the normal shot for everyone seems to be down the glen, and that's fantastic. You can see the Unachigach Ridge on the left hand side. Where I'm going to head today, yes, it is going to be another waterfall, and the falls, I mean, obviously we're a fair distance away, run right the way down from Unachdu, right the way down into the glen itself. So yeah, I'm going to head up, try and get as high as I can, and see what I can get. Yeah, as I say, I know it's another waterfall. I do love waterfalls, do love shooting them, but come with me, see what we get. Gonna head up, and the closer we get, obviously this is probably, I would say this is the biggest waterfall within Glen Coe. So yeah, looking forward to it. See if I get some images, and hopefully you're going to enjoy the video. Now, obviously it's been quite frosty overnight, so it's a little bit treacherous underfoot coming up here. But hopefully you get an idea of what it's like. Most people go to the cottage, but then don't head up the falls. There is a track right the way up the top, so yeah, as soon as I get to the first spot and get a shot, I'll put you back on. Well, I've literally just started to climb up the car park, what, few hundred meters, and I think I've found quite a nice first shot. As I say, the sky there's nothing really happening, there's no cloud in it whatsoever, but I found a nice silver birch tree which is sticking out the side of this little rock face, and I'll flip you around in a moment and show you. But yeah, it's sticking out the rock face, and you've got the Unachigach Ridge behind it. Settings wise, I'm at 1/60th of a second f8, 28mm on a 16-35, and I've put a graduated 3 stop filter in, which I've slanted just to give me a little bit of definition in the sky, or to clear the sky, make it a bit bluer. So let me flick you around, he says, and there you go. So we're looking at the tree on the right hand side of the composition, and looking over the Unachigach Ridge. So yeah, it's quite a nice image. There's the car park down there, and literally, if I swing you around and maybe move you upwards, you'll see what I'm looking at. So we've got this lovely rock face on the right hand side, lone silver birch tree. Yeah, it's never going to win any awards, but it's not a bad first shot. So I am going to head up a lot further than this, so should get some nice images of the falls. Well, hopefully you can see, I was making my way across to the bottom start of the falls, but as I was crossing the stream here, I noticed again another silver birch tree. This one sort of looks towards the ridge again. There's a few hints of clouds in the sky here, but the water's dropping down. There's some beautiful light, orange light on the water where it's just starting to come across the top of the of Unac Du. And yeah, settings wise, what am I at? I'm at the usual f11. I'm at 0.5 seconds, ISO 100, and I'm at 16 mil because I want to get everything in. The falls themselves, the bottom part of the falls, are just across here, so I am going to head there next. But yeah, I couldn't resist stopping here. As I said, it's never going to be an award-winning shot, but I just like, and it's just so nice being out. There's no one else around. A couple of photographers down near the cottage, but yeah, no one else up here. So probably going to spend a few hours up here, to be honest. So hopefully this one works. If it does, you'll see it. If it doesn't, we'll move on to the bottom of the falls. So I've got set up, obviously shooting in a portrait mode, and you'll see why in a moment. And I'm shooting at about 20 mil, because what I don't want to do, there's not much happening in the sky, so I don't really want sky in this photograph. And settings wise, obviously ISO 100, about 0.4 seconds, although it might have to be bracketed. About 21 mil actually. So yeah, that's going to be the settings. As soon as I get this shot, I'll show you what you can see out the camera. So you're looking at the same view as me for the camera, through the camera, and what I've got is this lovely bottom set of falls just snaking round. Some really nice rocks just down here. Yeah, so you can see now that we're getting a bit higher. So I'm cutting most of the sky out on this image, and there's not a great deal happening. But you can see hopefully the falls just coming down here. So that's where we're going to be heading up to. But at the moment, yeah, this is just quite a nice shot. Sun hasn't come round because obviously we've got Unac Du up here, which just blocks the sun coming round. If I turn you round and look down Loch Actliachtan, hopefully you can see beautiful reflections on the loch and the sun coming across the ridge there. But yeah, we're going to get this one in the bag and then move on a little bit higher, see what we get. Obviously it's tempting to stop at every set, but I want to try and get as high up as possible. I've just moved a little bit closer to the same falls I was at, so I wanted to concentrate on one of the rocks there. And this image now, I've got to be careful because I'm really close to the falls, but I've taken out the sky completely from behind me. You can see behind me that there is a few clouds now starting across the ridge there, but nothing in front of me. So let me show you. So I'm now concentrating on this rock and just moving up to the falls and nothing else. No sky, just that image there. So hopefully it works. If it does, as usual, you'll see it. So I'm about a third of the way up the falls. It's quite hard work on the legs, I must admit. And I've just stopped to have a quick snack. Just a little bit about these falls. I don't actually know the proper name of them. I don't know whether it's Actliachtan Falls, but locally they're either known as the Tears of Glencoe, or so a lot of people know them as Elliot's Downfall, and that's because at the little cottage down at Achnabeach, that's where Walter and Willie Elliot lived, two quite famous people in the Glen, all for good reasons as well. So they had a lot to do with the I suppose, the start of mountain rescue. They were known for attending accidents before there was any organised mountain rescue, and they would help people out. So I think that's why it's known as Elliot's Downfall for some people. But the falls themselves, I don't know if you can see, we got one little route running down here, but the main falls are off that way. So again, I've got to head up. I'm going to finish my snack, and then yeah, I'm going to get on with it. Legs are feeling it a bit, but hopefully it's worth the climb. I think it probably will be. So the view from up here is absolutely stunning. So if we look down this way, we've got the village of Glen Coe itself, and Loch Leven and Loch Leven, along past the ridge here, down all the way down here to the cottage, and then look at the reflections along the river there and down the A82 down into the glen. Yeah, you can't really complain about living here, can you? So as you can see, I've reached the main falls, or certainly the bottom of the main falls here, and got set up. I'm using this rock in the foreground, and then just heading up to the falls at the back. Settings wise, typically at f11, 16 to 35. I'm shooting at about 18 mil. Again, I'm taking out the sky. There's nothing happening in the sky, so it's pointless adding it in. Although there are one or two little clouds coming across, so we'll see. And I am focus stacking, so I'm using the falls at the front, and then taking one for the falls at the back. Everything else should be fine and in focus. So yeah, I have to be honest that I nearly didn't get up here. About just after halfway up here, there's a stretch where you do have to do a little bit of scrambling, which is fine, except one, I've got Wellingtons on, which are extremely slippery on wet rock, and it is extremely wet. So yeah, it was a little bit touch and go, but I've made it up here. So I'm going to get these shots, and then I'm going to head a little bit further up, and we'll put you on again. Hopefully you can see where I am at the minute. This is just stunning. Whether it makes a good image, I'm not sure, but I have included the sky on this one a little bit because I just want to be able to show the whole thing. I am going to do some of just the falls as well, and I am going to... So what am I shooting at on this one? Let's have a look. I am shooting at F9, and it's giving me with that filter on about a 13th of a second. Yeah, I want to try and get that down to about 0.3, so I might have to stick another filter on here, but yeah, it looks like quite a nice shot, so we'll see. And then there's one more set of falls up the top, and then we're near the big drop, so that'll probably be me done. But it's been a great morning up here. You could spend hours just going from every set of cascade or falls to the next, but yeah, I'm going to get these shots in the bag, and we're going to move on to the next one. So that's me at the top of the falls. The falls are behind me, and I am going to get some shots of the top. But what I've done is I've crossed the stream, and I'm looking back down the glen. It is glorious. I just can't believe how nice it is at the top of here. Let me flick you around and show you. So I am set up at the top of these falls, looking down into the glen. I'm not sure if it comes across. The Cascade pub, the little white building, is here. You can see Glen Coe in the distance down here. The clouds have come across. It is a stunning morning. So settings wise, what I'm at is I'm at f13, 1/16th of a second. But what I am doing is so I'm focusing on the background and also exposing for that, and then I'm going to expose and focus on the rocks in the foreground. So the 1/16 of a second f13 ISO 118mm is for the background, and then if I come down to the rocks and I refocus there, I'm going to be looking at about 1/3 of a second, and yep, that's looking really nice. So I am going to take this as a landscape shot as well, but it's just stunning. I might even put the long lens on and have a look down the glen itself. Just absolutely glorious. Speak to you soon. So while I'm up the top, what I've done is I've put the 70 to 200 lens on, and I'm shooting down the glen. So the view that I've got is fantastic. So I'm just shooting, cropping across here, shooting in landscape portrait format, and yeah, it's just fantastic. I just couldn't resist it. You look at the hills. I mean, back here you've got the hills down towards the Ardnamurchan Peninsula. Just absolutely stunning. Can't really describe how nice it is up here. So yeah, I'm going to get these couple of shots, get the top of the falls, and then literally, like I've said, I'll probably have something to eat before I head back down, and try and get down without injuring myself, as I said before. Now I'm not sure whether this shot's going to work or not, because it's very bright out towards where I'm shooting, but obviously it's in shade here. But I found this old tree which is leading down to the top of the falls, so I'm using it as the left hand corner, just bringing you in, and then what I'm trying to do is shoot down towards the glen itself, where the light is absolutely stunning. So I am in landscape mode on this one. I've got a 3-stop soft grad on for the sky. I've got the 3-stop on for the water itself, but I'm probably going to have to do a bit of focus stacking and also exposure stacking. So expose for the brightness on the water and the tree, and then expose again for the sky in the background. Not sure, as I say, how it's going to work. If it does, I'll put it up on screen. As close as I'm going to get to the falls, to the top of the falls here. Can't get down anywhere there, but I'm very close. The spray is coming off. It's quite bad at the moment, but I want to use just this area here as a bit more of an abstract. I can see this being more of a black and white type image. So I'm going to put the 2470 on. I'm going to have to be quick. I'm going to have to keep wiping the lens as well, but what I'm going to do is 2470, try and get in close and just use that maybe a little bit longer. I might see how long I can get with the 3-stop on, or if not, I'll try and put the 5-stop on, but that might be too much. Boost the ISO a bit as well and see what happens. Have a bit of a play around, but this one, definitely, if it works, it's probably going to be black and white. Well, that's me done here. Absolutely fantastic morning. Keep saying it, but I can't stress how nice it's been up here. Haven't seen a soul in all the time I've been up here. Yes, I'm just heading down now. Just have to be a bit careful because the rocks are not that even, and they're quite slippery still. So just got to be careful, but absolutely fantastic up here. Well worth the effort if you are in the area and you want something a bit different. As I say, the scramble, if I flick you around, so there is a bit of a scramble just up here to get through the rocks. Can be a bit tricky, but if you take your time and you're just steady, then you should be good. Yeah, different for me. I'd never been up this place. Right up at the back towards Bidjan Nambian, highest point in Glen Coe. Definitely hard on the legs if you're not really that fit, which I aren't anymore. And but yeah, well worth the effort. Head down. The reflections look great. Along the glen still looks great. So when I get down the bottom, I might get a couple of shots of Acnumbiac cottage. We'll see how we go. Well, that's my day done down here at Loch Actriachtan. Yeah, as I said during the video, it was just a fantastic morning. We've had a lot of rain, so to get a nice day and be able to get out, it was just great. So I'm heading home now. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see some more of these. And just once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you on my next adventure.